Howdy, this is Sailing the Pipe, the man. Coming to you late night. I don't know how many of you guys smoke at night. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I get the urge to smoke, and I'm hitting this. The celebrated Bengal slice, yes. Cyprian Latakia, some nice Virginias, and Black Cavendish. It seems like Black Cavendish goes well with everything. But, I gotta get some more. Here you go. Isn't that pretty? I got the lighting very odd way, and I like to bend them. You know, I like to bend it. And I like the way it's crumble cake. Just crumbles. You know? It just crumbles. And I like that too, because it makes it easy. Some guys like that rub ready, and but I don't like to crumble it too much. It gets too fine. And then when you smoke it, with the Virginia, sometimes it'll burn quick. But Cavendish just kind of like level it off. What I mean by that, it stops from burning. It's got some nice Oriental Sabat. I'll do the same thing. And yeah, I got some water, and I wanna fill my Nordic. Something about the Nordic pipe that I'm gonna purchase some more Nordic pipes, and I wish I could get the old school. No, these are smaller Nordic pipes, you know. But they're beautiful. I like the fact that they're a little wider. This one is fishtail, I think they call it. And tonight's session, I'm gonna call it Random Thoughts. Because at night I get random thoughts from the day, thoughts from a couple of weeks ago, from yesteryear sometime. And I tend to want to plan things a little bit. I'm so used to having goals, being a goal setter, and now that I'm retired, there's really not much to set goals to set. And so, other than taking care of the house, and I've learned that the older you get, you're better off minding your own business than giving advice. You know? No, I'm that it. It's the smell of the Latakia. Just like everything else, some people smoke matches. I did with Bunsen burners. You have more difference of opinion of how to light a pipe. I've always liked the matches because you don't light it properly, it can ruin your smoke. figure with the Latakia. Excuse me, and the Perique. Oh, this don't have Perique. Black Cavendish. It'll be a lot smokier. But it's not. Mhm. So, random thoughts. I was watching a documentary how they, you can't say captured Osama bin Laden, but they hunt them down. And it's just amazing how much money and time and energy was involved after 10 years of 9/11. You know, it took so much effort to track him down. So finally, the SEAL team, or whoever it was, uh, grabbed a hold of him and did a number. To this day, I just wish I was able to see the body. Somehow seeing somebody's body is like a finality. The fact that I see his body is always going to leave a question. You know, governments lie so much to its people. I don't know. There have been conspiracies and things that seem like conspiracies. Sometimes you don't know, you get skeptical when you get a little older. I have. The worst thing I ever saw being on board a ship sailing the South Pacific. I'm not too proud of what I saw, but I just happened to be in the fantail. Was when they were dumping fuel in the fantail on the starboard side. Fuel, jet fuel, into the water. I was horrified. I know there's been some areas in the United States where 3 Mile Islands and other areas where they, back in the 70s and 80s, there was nuclear waste that used to get buried in certain areas, and then that land got sold and to companies like, I'm not sure, but I think one was General Development, when people made homes on top of these sites. The sites were back in the almost 1940s, 1950s, and people started catching cancer. You know, and then the lies and the cover-ups, you know, when people got sick. So as you grow old, you can hear the rhetoric of politicians and how they talk and what they cover up, and nobody wants to take responsibility. You know, they want us to be responsible, but they don't take responsibility for their actions. you know? And so the older I get, I start thinking about truth, the word itself, truth. Do we all interpret it the same? We interpret it different? What is the truth? Right? That's in the Bible. Like when Pontius Pilate asks Jesus of Nazareth, what is the truth? The truth to set you free. Seems that people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear what they want to hear, you know? Mm-hmm. That's my random thoughts. Truth. I think I've searched for it all my life. The truth of this and the truth of that. And what I get is a lot of paradigm views. And the fact that many people have different perceptions. There was a book I read. And it had a story about a man sitting in a train, passenger train. He was going to work. Another man comes in. He sits there with 3 kids. Now the 3 kids were acting wild and moving from side to side. They were screaming and hollering and were acting as what the man saw, very disrespectful. His perception of the man and his kids were that the father didn't teach me, had no control over his kids. Hey, what kind of people are these that are sitting in front of me? Why are the kids behaving that way, shouting and screaming and hitting on each other? So the man is sitting there, looking at him, and the man, I'm talking about the man with the kid was looking at him. And he says to him, "You're probably wondering why my kids are acting wild and hitting on each other and just like seem out of control. And the guy's standing there like, oh no, it's okay. And the man comes out and says, we're just coming from the hospital. They lost their mother. That shifted his whole thought process of what he just saw. So his whole paradigm view went from this man that doesn't discipline his kids or whatever to actually being sorrowful and having a better understanding. The kids were acting out their anger and whatever they were feeling at that moment, and the father didn't know what to do because he had just lost his wife and he had his kids around him. And that was a paradigm view that he had. Just random thoughts tonight. Sailor the Piper Man, Piper the Sailor Man. Have a good one tomorrow.